I remember setting up an appointment at this clinic. In fact, the clinic itself was actually really normal. It became actually like I was walking into a normal doctor's appointment. There was a little bit of uncomfortability in my stomach about what I was there for, a little bit of shame, do they know, and how is this going to work, and is anybody in there? But I gathered my thoughts, I had small talk, and I walked all the way back to that room where they told me to get undressed. It was really normal. In fact, it was perceived normal. The room was set up like a normal doctor's office. You get undressed, you put your sheet on, and you sit on a table. And I remember that room just sitting there by myself, inundated with thoughts. I could run. I could leave. This could never happen. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. I actually looked at a poster on the wall, and I knew I was carrying a baby. There was no question in my mind that there was a child growing and developing inside of me. As soon as those thoughts came in, the doctor came in, the nurse came in, and they're talking to me. I don't remember the conversation. It was such a blur because I'm having these thoughts of doubt. I'm having these thoughts of, I can't do this, but I can and I have to, and just total confusion. And the doctor did an ultrasound. I actually didn't see the ultrasound. The nurse saw the baby and how far along I was, and what they saw in that ultrasound ultimately determined the price that they would charge me for the abortion. The abortion that I had was dilation and evacuation. I later found out in life recently, maybe a year or two ago, that I was 14 weeks along. 14 weeks is when they had to do a full dilation of my cervix and evacuate the child. I remember the doctor just kind of in an uncomfortable womanly exam put in my body something to dilate my cervix and to essentially imitate labor. That day, they told me I needed to come back the next day for the actual extraction. So I put my clothes on and went home and waited. And I remember going home and there was no sleep. I laid in my bed thinking, why and what have I done? I can't go back now. How am I going to do this? I have this boyfriend. I have a family. I don't know what to do, but I can't go back. I'm done. This is it. It doesn't matter. I'm going to Mexico. I'm thinking of the future. I'm completely confused, so full of confliction, not knowing what to do, but also have finalized my decision. The next day, my mom drove me to that room, to the clinic. It was quiet. There was nobody there. It was almost too easy. It was almost too normal. It was eerie. It was eerie to know how normal it was with what I knew, what I was about to do. And I walked into that exam room, laid on the table. Quickly, she said, take off your clothes, lay down. This is going to be a real quick procedure, nothing too extreme. And I laid down on that table. And what, again, seemed like a normal womanly exam turned into a dehumanizing of a body. I was wide awake. My body started to shake. It felt unnatural. All of a sudden, I'm seeing tools and I'm hearing things in this lady, this person who I don't even know, everything seemed so unnatural at that point. My body went into fight or flight. I'm shaking. I can feel him going into my uterus with forceps, dehumanizing the body as he pulls out ligaments, as he pulls apart the body in my uterus of this baby. The nurse says, "You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay." I was not okay. I was not okay. I was shaking. My soul wasn't okay. My heart wasn't okay. My spirit wasn't okay. My body was not okay. She says, "You're going to be okay. Everything's going really great." As the doctor pulls out limb by limb, and all of a sudden I hear this vacuum sound. And it's a suction to suck out all the rest of the pieces of that body. To suck out all of the broken pieces of that baby that was just dehumanized. At the time, I'm fighting a whole wedge of emotion. I'm shaking. I'm completely mortified. All of a sudden, she says, "Put on your clothes, you're done." Slap of the wrist, dust off the shoulder, put your clothes on. I was slow. I got up dark and heavy and sad, but relieved. The normalcy of going through that procedure and her just saying, "It's done, all right, you're ready, time to go. Good job, you did a great job." And again, I slowly put my clothes on, feeling a little heavy, feeling a little weary, but also feeling like, okay, I guess I can go. I think I'm done and everything's okay. And I left that space feeling like I can get in and move on with my life. And it was all done less than an hour. And I remember walking out and going home that night, and I couldn't sleep at all. I couldn't sleep, not without a cry, not without shedding tears and guilt and shame, and also feeling bitter and unforgiving and blaming. I thought, why? How did I get here? What did I just do? How do I get out of these insatiable thoughts? How do I get out of this? And if I'm left in this guilt, I don't want to feel all the condemnation. How do I get out of this feeling of guilt and shame? Because I felt terrible. My body, everything, my womb was empty. The cramping was horrible. It was so painful afterwards. Yeah, they give you a few things of Advil. Yeah, they give you a few things to subside pain, but the real pain was deeper. The bodily pain can heal, but something was going on in my soul and in my heart that felt completely and utterly in despair and hopeless. I wanted to somehow feel normal again. I just wanted to go on with my life and shake it off, and I did. Because like I said before, if I sat in the guilt too much longer, I couldn't handle the condemnation. But if I felt the condemnation, I don't want to feel the guilt or the shame. I just want to move on. And so I did. I wish I could say that at that time I found an answer and I was just so overwhelmed and I got healing right away, but it didn't come that easy. In fact, for 5-6 years after that whole event happened and I aborted my baby, I just did more drugs, drank more, and in fact, I just ran from the truth. But God rescued me. He healed me. He set me free. And there's a journey in healing that I experienced that I want to share with you as well.